What's up, Mario Priesthood? Welcome to another video here on Conversations with the Priestess YouTube. Y'all, working in retail can be very demanding, and sometimes you have to deal with customers that don't know how to control their anger. Here is a story about the time a customer threw his phone because we didn't have something in stock. Let's get into it. This story takes place in 2019, around probably about November, December of 2019, possibly early 2020 before the pandemic hit. I know it was before the pandemic hit because we weren't wearing masks all the time. At this particular time, I worked in wireless, and the 11 series of the iPhone 11, 11 Pro, 11 Pro Max, those were very popular devices at the time. This was before they even announced iPhone 12 due to the pandemic. So it was customary that in the mornings when I opened, I got there in enough time to do inventory, count my drawers, make sure everything was spick and span. Did that with ease. And it just so happened that as soon as I pressed the open button for the open sign and unlocked the door, signifying that we were open, I had my first customer. Now, typically, my first customers in the morning, they will be cool, calm, and they will be elderly people that needed to either pay their bill or needed to get a new phone or needed to upgrade their phone or just getting accessories, whatever they needed. So on this particular morning, I had this customer in. He was your average, your average middle class citizen. He was one of our unseasoned people in the world. He didn't have any melanin in his skin. He was a cotton swab. So he walks into the store and I give my greeting. Welcome to the wireless store that I'm working at. My name is Yanni. How can I help you? And he was like, hi, yes. My son got my phone wet. He dropped it into the tub this morning and I need to get a new phone. I said, no problem, sir. I said, can I have your name and your phone number, and we'll get you right up, set up, and see what we have in store for you. So he was like, and I'll just call him for the sake of this. He was like, my name is John Bradford. Okay, Bradford. Gonna have a good time, Mr. Bradford. So I said, well, sir, what kind of phone do you have? He's like, I have an 11 Pro Max, 512 gigabytes. I said, okay, sir. I said, do you if you can go ahead and write down your IMEI number. If you don't have it, we'll look it up for you, because typically some of our customers will have their IMEI number written down, or either they were able to get the information off of one of their other Apple devices. He didn't have that because the phone was utterly destroyed, and I get it. So I ended up giving him his IMEI number in case he needed it for whatever reason. And I also, had to get a lot of information to confirm his account. That went well. So I look in the inventory. I said, sir, I said, I don't see that we have the 11 Pro Max 512 gigabytes in the charcoal gray color. I said, but we have it in this color. He was like, well, I don't want it in that color. I want it in what I have. I said, well, sir, I said, I can see if one of our other stores have it, and I'll have someone come bring it to us and we'll be able to transfer it. I said, but I'm going to see if we have one in our district. So he looks at me and he says, are you fucking kidding me? You don't have my phone. My son broke my phone. I have to go to work. I'm like, yes, sir, I do understand. I'm like, sir, let me give you the other locations that may have this. If you want to, we can have them bring it over here. It won't be a problem. And he was like, well, I have a busy fucking day. I was like, okay, sir. I said, well, sir, I said, we do have it in this color and this color. It was a couple of other colors. And he was dead set on this color, which I respect and I understand. Well, he said, well, why can't I have the same phone? I explained to him we had his model in that color and with that gigabyte, that amount of memory. But, it wasn't the Pro Max. It was an 11 Pro. And he wanted the Pro Max. And then also on top of that, I couldn't change the phone over to a different type of phone because of the promotion that he had, and it would have made his promotion null and void. And we couldn't change the device because he was still in the lease on it. He still had several payments before he could upgrade his phone or change the actual device, and he was past the refund period. So at this point, he was like, well, see what other store has it. Okay, I'm checking to see the other stores. The person would have had to bring it to me, but it was going to be a 30-minute wait, and he had to get to work. So at this point, I guess to magically make this phone appear out of my ass, he takes his phone and starts beating it on the counter like this, like that. He starts beating it on the counter. And I'm like, sir, please don't destroy your phone, because if you destroy your phone, sir, we may not be able to, get all of the data off your phone. And sir, we will not be able to even repair your phone with your insurance plan, because we have it on camera that you're purposely destroying your device in the store. So he comes and collects himself. But while he's doing all of this, I have my hand with the store phone in tow, getting ready to dial 911, because at this point, I'm not sure if I'm about to be attacked. My other coworker and manager at the time had not shown up to the store yet. So I'm in here by myself, which no one was supposed to be in the store by themselves that early in the morning. Go figure. So needless to say, he was like, well, tell me what my options are. So I gave him his options. I told him, I said, well, sir, I said, there's another store in another district that has it. I can see if I could get them to swap it over. I said, but if someone cannot bring it, I'll have to be the one to go get it. Or, sir, if you want, we can see if we can order the device that you want. Or, we have this in store. These are our current, quick and easy options that covers everything, So apparently that wasn't good enough. So he takes the phone and throws it across the store. I said, sir, if you continue to behave like this, I'm going to have to ask you to leave, and I'm calling the police. So when I start getting ready to dial 911, he grabs his phone. He said, you know what? Fuck you. You're full of shit. And he walks out of the store. Now, mind you, our palm-colored brethren, I ain't hear a peep from him. So I ended up leaving my job earlier in the shift because we were very slow. And when I get ready to leave, he comes back into the store. Now, mind you, I'm finishing up with a customer so I could leave. And I see him come back. He has bought another phone from the Apple store and had us to transfer the data over. And I was like, oh. And the crazy part is, I had already told my boss that morning after he left about this guy coming into the store, gave his number and everything. Told him who the guy was, told him to check the cameras because I felt unsafe. Needless to say, he came back in and was able to get everything transferred over to his new phone. And he looks at me with those looks and rolls his eyes as he walks out of the door. I didn't say anything else. Needless to say, not long after that, I quit working at that store. I quit working at that store, and I ultimately quit working in wireless because of bullshit like that from the customers. And I'm glad that I never had to see him again, because I'm like, sir, why are you throwing your fucking phone just because we don't have the phone that you want in stock? Sir, you can kiss my ass with that. Go on with your entitlement. And the fact that he was acting like a 5-year-old himself sent me. And I'm glad I quit wireless. If you like this story time, give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, and I'll be so happy. So y'all live, love, and be free. Smooches.